Hello, I'm Maria Hadlow, Editorial Director of Lift and Hoist International. Very few people can claim as much experience in the lifting industry as our next interviewee. Andrew Pimblett is currently Executive Director at Street Crane, but having joined the company in 1969, he has worked in numerous roles, including nearly 30 years as Managing Director. He's seen the lifting industry through a period of great change and evolution. His colleague, Zukia Garcia-Yates, originally came to Street Crane as a multilingual advisor, working in business development in the components department. After a short break, she's back, and this time working as a sales engineer with a whole new set of challenges which she's really relishing. So Andrew, you've had a very extensive career in lifting. Could you tell us a bit more about it, some of your experiences?
Yes, I recently retired as Managing Director of Street Crane, a role I undertook for 28 years. I joined the company from school as a technical apprentice in 1969. And in the early days, I worked in various roles, including installation manager, quality manager, and general manager of 2 subsidiary companies where I learned the sales side of cranes. I was then appointed sales director at Street Crane in the early 1980s, when the company was one of about 60 crane manufacturers fighting for a share of an ever-diminishing UK market. It was really tough, very, very tough, because the UK was deindustrializing at that time. When I became managing director, we realized we were very good at making special crane solutions, but what we really needed was pre-engineered products if we were to have a business that we could scale up and grow. What we needed was a massive investment in product development to allow us to compete in the world market. That realization was the beginning of a very long process, which is still underway today.
Goodness, that's you seem to have been in the crane business for during a very important part of its history.
Yeah, certainly seen some changes over the years, that's for sure, Maria.
Zukia, can you tell us a little more about your job and what it is you do in lifting?
Yeah, so I'm now a sales engineer in the UK crane market, and part of my job is to, offer viable solutions to customers who have lifting requirements within their facilities across a number of applications. The other side of my job is I actually look after the UK component side, which is everything except the beam. And again, so essentially customers come with us, they have a requirement within their facilities, could be a range of applications. And what I tend to do is go to site, meet and greet customers, have a look at what they have there and what it is we can put in place for them.
Great. So Andrew, in that extensive experience, it must be hard to pick out 1 or 2 things that you've enjoyed most, but perhaps you could try to bring it down to 1 or 2 things you've enjoyed most about working in the lifting industry.
Okay, well, I think what I've enjoyed most from a business perspective is taking Street Crane from being a UK crane manufacturer with really quite limited technology to a global supplier of hoists and crane components with a reputation for world-leading technology. This was done with considerable financial backing from the shareholders and frankly the help of a very, very talented design team. Over the decades, we designed 3 generations of wire rope hoists, culminating in the current ZX range of hoists on which we built our international success. But on a more personal note, I've enjoyed the traveling. I've traveled worldwide and established a network of distributors for Street Crane, and in the process met some amazing people, many of whom have become personal friends.
Zukia, I mean, from what you said, you enjoy the getting out there and meeting people too. But what is it you enjoy most about your job?
The variety, I would say, especially at street, you know, the variety of products that we have, the solutions that we can offer, obviously the variety of applications in which, you know, we install our systems, and of course the people that we get to deal with day in and day out, whether it be in the UK and some of the other markets too that I touch base with.
So Andrew, if you could offer Zukia some advice that she could get as much from her career in lifting as you have, what would you say?
Oh dear. Well, I would say keep working hard to achieve a high level of technical expertise. Make sure you can offer the customers the right solutions, and be prepared to travel. It's probably a little bit difficult right now given the pandemic, but you know, in my experience, there's no substitute for meeting people and seeing their crane requirements firsthand.
And Zukia, if you were to meet someone who is considering a career change or thinking about lifting as a new job, what would you say to them?
I think within the industry, very much like Andrew said, you know, you never stop learning. And I know myself at some points I've, you know, been maybe slightly overwhelmed that I don't have that knowledge. Don't be, you know, you just have to get stuck in, and you do learn and develop. Every day is definitely a school day within the industry.
That's really interesting. Thank you both so much for sharing your experiences of lifting and helping us celebrate Global Lifting Awareness Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.